Hello dear, it's Sir Lamani here, and this week we are back with another one. I watched a video on YouTube, and the footage was so dope. Like, the acting was dope, everything just looks really good. But one thing messed the whole video up, the sound. Sometimes you show up on set with everything you're supposed to have, and one thing just doesn't go right, and it just throws everything off. And I watched this, it's like a comedy skit on YouTube. Great acting, great camera angles, great color grading, great scene, great, just everything was just great. It's not like they didn't try to get some mic. They had the lapel mic, the one that goes in the shirt, and having those type of mic that go in the shirt requires a certain kind of scene. When you're doing a scene where everybody is running, screaming, doing all sort of movement, and you having this thing on your chest, it's not a good idea. They have this nice setup, but the sound is just not it. The sound is not it. I watched it and I just learned. I did not criticize anything from that video. Rather, I grasp a lot of things. Sometimes everything can be going just right, and you forget to do one thing and it throws everything off. That's what I learned from that video, watching that short comedy skit, that you can be doing everything right. You just mistake one small little detail can throw all your video off. Like, you know a good content when you see one. So it was just so hard to ignore that good content, knowing that, okay, you know what, they messed up on the sound, but the color grading, the acting, the camera angles, the locations, like the people, the vibes I was getting out of that skit was really like great. So I think I bypassed having a messed up sound, which, I mean, it's hard to bypass that, but really I had to take my creative side and just put it on the side, like, you know what, let me just enjoy this clip. And I was able to tap into the video or the skit, and actually went and subscribed to these guys, and I actually like started watching their videos, and they're really dope. Then that's when I noticed that error came from that particular production, because I went back and watched like 2 of their videos, and the sound was great. And there's 2 things that I really picked from that video having that error is the background, number 1, and number 2, the people behind the cameras. Those 2 factors controls your sound. The background and the equipment. They had both. The thing about having those 2 is they could be good and they could be bad. You can have a nice background that's going to give you a nice sound, but you might not have the equipment to back up that background sound. Now that background sound might be larger or might overtake your equipment. And you can go probably watch some of my videos from my old YouTube, and you will see that I made those mistakes where I take my background as sound, or I take my background as something that's going to be included in a video, and I mess it up because the background overshadows my actual mic. So it's like now I'm having this background, they really overshadow when they're taking over the sound. When you get to a situation where you can control the background, as in you can control the background, tell everybody to shut up. That's it. Just tell everybody to shut up. Yeah, respectfully. Did a skit with a client one time, and we was somewhere. It should have been a set in like a bookstore, and they pretty much asked me if I could take the background off. Mind you, this is like a space where we could have easily control the background, but they wasn't trying to do that, and they just say, hey, we can try to see if we can take the background off. I told them respectfully, no. Of course you're going to have the mic. Of course you're going to have everything that you need to record the sound so it can be professional, so you don't have that muffle, so you want to have a nice condensed filtered sound. But at the same time, you also want to make sure the background is quiet. That's why they say quiet on set. Quiet on set. You hearing everything I'm doing because it's quiet on set. When you don't have some type of quietness on set, it's hard to really do these things. Now you having me struggle in post. That's all we're talking about today. I ran into that short comedy skit, and it pretty much triggered something in me that I was like, I need to go ahead and talk about this background, because the background is really, really something that people don't pay attention to. A lot of people think they can just pop up anywhere and just shoot. No, you can't do that. If you can control the background, tell everybody to shut up. Respectfully.